Mabuhay pageant fans! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey Adam G, kamusta na kayo? So how did you find last night's Miss Universe Philippines national costume presentation? You know what, to be honest, ever since it was announced that Miss Universe Philippines will be adopting the Manila Carnival Queen theme for this aspect of the competition this year, I really got so excited. I thought it was a clever choice as it pays homage to our country's rich culture and history, and with a common theme in mind, we could really see these girls performing on the same level playing field in terms of skill set, creativity, and presentation. I thought, wow, MUP is really doing something new and different to shake things up. But we did not realize it would also extend to how it will present the whole presentation through a short music fashion video. And sa totoo lang, we really did not see that coming. Kayo rin ba naramdaman niyo 'yon? So, sino sa inyo dito ang mga nabitin? Well, I feel you guys because I also felt the same way when I was watching it, to the point of waiting if there will still be something more in store for us towards the end. But yeah, that was just about it. And to be honest, guys, I was really expecting a longer show where we would actually get to see the intricate details of each of the 28 national costumes presented. But obviously, Miss Universe Philippines organization had a different interpretation of how they would like to showcase this aspect of the competition this year. So 30 minutes after the almost 7-minute fashion music video ended, the organization released an official statement regarding it. According to Voltaire Tayag, the communications director of Miss Universe Philippines, the organization wanted a fresher and younger vibe by doing a fashion music video. He added, "We featured modernized forms of the Manila Carnival Queen theme that all the ladies were required to have. Having a mix of old traditions presented in a new way makes for a more interesting experience. It's well lit and you can appreciate the costumes in totality and in close-up shots of the details. You can actually watch it repeatedly like a music fashion video." End of the statement. Diba? So, for me, this whole thing, sabi nga niya, really makes up for a very, very interesting experience. So, let's start with the positive aspects. Ako, for me, sa totoo lang, the concept was really innovative. Kasi for me, it's not something that we have seen before, and I do applaud that the organization responded to our request in putting all the girls in one frame, unlike last year where they did separate videos of the girls and just had all of them on a collage during the telecast. Kayo ba, naalala nyo pa yon last year's MUP? And I also commend the quality of the video used, as it is very superb, and the girls were all fierce and fabulous in their amazing national costume. As in, guys, wala talagang tapon lahat ng 28 national costumes. In fact, I really had a hard time narrowing my list to just 10 or 11, and you could see that each designer of these candidates went all out with their research and execution with all these stunning national costumes. And I also loved how the video still stuck to the competition's core essence, which was the presentation skills of the girls, and I am glad that it was really on full display on this video. However, guys, if I may have to nitpick ulit, I wish it would have given more exposure to the costumes of the girls for us to appreciate the fine and intricate details of the costume. Not only that, it would have also been a great opportunity for us to learn more about the theme, the narrative, and the figure inspirations that these candidates chose for this showcase. Kayo ba ganun din bang nararamdaman nyo? Because unfortunately, we were all left wanting for more. But like what I had said, the organizers probably wanted to present this segment of the competition in a very different light. So, fortunately, guys, all the candidates, all the 28 candidates made it up with their respective HD photos, pasabog videos, with a full explanation of their national costumes on their respective social media accounts. If it weren't for the individual output, sa totoo lang guys, I would have really had a hard time coming out with this content, as I will really have to depend on those photos and pasabog videos to see all the details, all the details of their national costumes in full glory before I will be able to come out with this list. So ito na, guys. Which girl stood out in this segment of the competition? Well, you better stick around for my thoughts and insights. So guys, before I enumerate my top picks, let me share my basis and or criteria for this. First, I did not judge the girls who had the most accurate interpretation for that specific time period in terms of showcasing their national costume. Because I know for a fact that when you are being given a theme, it is always subject to interpretation. Either you stick to the brief accurately or you put a twist to it. I also incorporated here how the candidates registered so well both on photos and in motion, as well how they carried these costumes while performing with the rest of their co-candidates. So, having said this, kahit maganda yung costume ng isang girl, but if it did not translate well on video, or maganda sa photos, but not on video, well, wala siya sa list ko. Alright? Understood my criteria? So here we go. At number 11 is Crisaline Valencia from Davao Occidental. Hands down, guys, the best national costume for me from the Mindanao region. Crisaline looks amazing in this reimagined colorful Manila Carnival costume when she could have done with the traditional barotsaya or traje de mestiza. She wanted to look different and she nailed it. Napansin niyo yon? She looked like a beautiful Muslim princess with it. The pop of colors employed by Silverio Anglaker on this costume was very eye-catching, as you can see, as it really made her a standout. Pero sa totoo lang guys, the reason why I love it so much was because of her headpiece, which created so much drama and impact to her presentation. I also love her beautiful presentation skills here, especially with her dance movement. I thought she really brought the Mindanao to her performance here. Now, the only reason why I am putting her on this spot is because of the pair of shoes that she wore for this ensemble. Had she worn a different type of shoes, it would have created more impact. For me kasi guys, if you are going to expose your ankles, you better wear something that would really complement your whole look. And for me, sa totoo lang, in this case, parang hindi nag-tie in yung modern-looking sandals ni Crisaline sa national costume niya. But at the same time, I also don't want to blatantly judge her for it, as we don't know what the real story behind it. Kung bakit ganun ang shoes niya. Nawala ba yung original shoes niya? Pinagbawalan ba siya to wear that? Because I feel, had she threaded or worn a pack, that would have made the whole costume authentic. So that kind of brought the whole look down for me, in my opinion. But nevertheless, ang ganda pa rin ng overall showmanship niya in this presentation. At number 10 is Corinne Abalos from Mandaluyong. Wow guys, I really love Corinne's national costume here. It was a traje de mestiza inspired by her city's folk tale, the legend of Manda and Luyong. Diba? Ang ganda, may inspiration. For me, Corinne looked like a woman from that era in this authentic traje de mestiza designed by Georgie Aguilar. Ang ganda-ganda guys talaga ng combination ng colors here. Napansin nyo ng outfit niya, which was yellow, gold, brown, and rust. Diba? Which I think made her caramel skin glow. And I also love that silhouette of her skirt, which made the whole look interesting, as it was very sculptural and origami-like. Napansin nyo rin ba yon? And have you noticed the patchwork of her skirt? Doon, dito. Diba? Because I feel the designer manually sew or mano-manong kinot siya to make one whole fabric, because I imagine the cut small patches of squares and then tinahi niya in making a long drape. Ganun ang parang na-feel ko. And I also like how The antique gold color of this costume perfectly matched with authentic accessories, which really did not make the whole look too costumey. Kasi probably had it been in yellow or gold, it would not have worked. Gets nyo? So I really appreciate Kareen's thought process here for this look. Even her shoes match her accessories, as there was a design element to it. So yeah, Kareen, you slayed it again here. At number 9 is Victoria Velasquez Vincent from Cavite. Wow, VVV looks so virginal and immaculate in her national costume designed by Nat Manilag and accessorized by Christopher Munar. Her white gown with huge sleeves and the long tulle train added so much drama to the whole look while still being light to look at. Ang ganda ng pagkabalanse niya, 'di ba? And if you look up close with the details, all the more that you will marvel and fall in love with it. Her bodice had embroideries that were, I feel like, inspired by the various architectural designs seen in the churches of her hometown, while the intricate pearl headpiece drew inspiration, from the coastal areas of her hometown. I thought the pearl stones naman used on this ensemble perfectly encapsulates VVV's beauty here in Miss Universe Philippines na very delicate, expensive, like a rare gem, and just like how pearls are to girls, VVV is so precious to look at here on this ensemble. But to be honest with you guys, her costume here reminds me so much of those couture brides worn at Paris Fashion Week na maala Jean Paul Gaultier. The whole Sa totoo lang, because the whole look looks so perfectly on VVV, as she looks so precious and feminine on her national costume. Had VVV and her team gone a very different route now, which is sexy or edgy, it might not have worked, as it's not her personality. So overall, I really love how VVV's thought process here in terms of incorporating her image or aesthetic to this stunning national costume. At number 8 is Isabel de los Santos from Makati. Surprise, guys! Yes, Isabel makes it to my list here because I really didn't see this coming from Isabel de los Santos, as she looks so impeccable in this soft pink inspired national costume designed by Osgo. I just love the play of masculinity and femininity of this costume. When you look at the details, yung barong, ginawa nilang pink and flowers. Tapos I also like the pearl choker and the sampaguita flowers on her sleeves, which perfectly frame her face too. And guys, don't get me started with the pleats on her bodice, as I feel it accentuated her tiny waist phenomenally. Tapos her huge smile matching that feathered fan also added drama to the whole look. So for me, for the first time ever, wow, Isabel looks so alta and expensive in my eyes, as I can see this outfit being worn in a Met Gala event or a gown that Tessa Prieto Valdez will most likely wear. But yes, guys, gets ko naman kayo na I know it might not be a carnival queen costume as per se, but it looked like it belonged here pa rin, especially nung pinagtabi-tabi na silang mga girls with one another. For me, she honestly did not look like a sore thumb, as it was a very modern interpretation of the theme. So, yeah, well done, Isabel. Keep it up. At number 7 is Mirhan Hipolito's national costume from Angeles City, Pampanga. You know what, guys? Mirhan's traje de mestiza in pink and red, designed by Frederick Policarpio and accessorized by Cholo Ayuyao here, wow, was really a statement of its own, which is mixed with gold accessories that really frame her gorgeous face. Kayo ba ganun din bang napansin nyo? Because I also love her headpiece here, as I feel it was very synonymous to the crown worn during that era na very Art Deco inspired. And although it may just look ordinary from afar, but upon close up, it had amazing beadwork. Yung pattern sa skirt lalo na really accentuated her curves and made her look long. Pero sa totoo lang, guys, what I really love about Mirhan's costume here is the sentimentality factor involved in it. I read in her IG post last night that her costume pala was actually an inspiration from her lola, who was crowned Tarlac's queen in the late 50s. I thought, wow, it was really a beautiful tribute to her lola, who inspired her to become the phenomenal woman that she is right now. At number 6 is Cristela Bello from Aklam. Wow, Cristel, this girl has been on a winning streak lately. Cristel Abello for me here looked like a 1920s film star in her colorful traje de mestiza by Ryan Salazar Lopez. Her costume was made of piña fibers with each layer having a different pattern. And what I really appreciate in this costume is that marami tingnan nyo guys, may different mix of patterns. Merong solid colors, stripes sa shoulders, fringe, zigzags, florals, which made the whole look modern and festive. And tignan nyo guys, the more you look at it, the more you will really appreciate the craftsmanship that went with it. And in short, hindi siya tinipid. And for me, what elevated the look further was her hair na finger wave style, especially when you see other girls were only in a simple bun. Ang hirap gawin niya dito so parang wow. Lumitaw talaga dito si Cristel Abello sa aspect ng competition na ito. But more than that, I really feel this whole national costume of Cristel is very Christian Lacroix, na very ornate. I feel she brought high fashion to the Carnival Queen brief. I feel it's something that will be appreciated by people from our fashion industry like Mega Magazine, Preview Magazine, as the whole look is so editorial. Together, it really makes up one very interesting masterpiece, which these fashionistas and these other entities wouldn't mind putting it at the top of their picks. And now we go to our top 5, and number 5 on my list is Janela Quaton from Albay. Is anyone here who still couldn't get enough of Janela's costume here in Miss Universe Philippines? Wow! Janela was seen wearing a Jersey creation, and ang galing lang na they were able to mix two concepts together, Carnival Queen and Tiboli, yet still showcasing a glimpse of her province, Albay. And although we have seen this before, kasi it reminds me so much of Catriona's national costume in Binibining Pilipinas, Janela still brought a different flair kasi the way she played with her fans accessory na pansin nyo as evidence with her pa-reveal, it was very dramatic and very graceful na especially yung mga hand movements niya. And you can also appreciate the fact that while they stuck to using tinalak fabric and the traditional colors involved with it, which were red, black, and white, they were still able to elevate the whole look by using beads and feathers. And at the same time, I also love her makeup here. Ang ganda-ganda ng makeup dito ni Janela na talagang bumagay talaga sa kanya. So I hope ganito ang magiging itsura niya sa finals. Sana Janela gawin mo to. May nararamdaman ako sa'yo. Kakaiba. And now we go to our number 4 spot. And number 4 on my list is Jane Nicole Mignano from Romblon. You know what? If there is one girl who really stuck to the brief and aced it with flying colors, it's Jane Mignano. I just love how this girl paid homage to the first and only Carnival Queen, Isabel Bowlers. She was seen in this intricate bronze traje de mestiza adorned with sequins, pearls, and crystals, and fringes designed by Urgent de la Serna. And as I had said earlier, I really appreciate how she stuck to the theme accurately. Walang pakwela, alam niyo yun, walang pag-gimmick, and yung presentation skills lang niya talaga yung nagdala sa kanya that truly made her a standout all the more. Kasi kung tutuusin, kung titignan nyo, napaka-regal and graceful na movement niya during this national costume presentation. I think every pageant girl needs a moment to shine, and I feel this was Jane's moment. Kita nyo, finally, now we are able to see the woman Jane is becoming in this competition. So yes, well done, Jane Mignano. And now we go to our top 3. And number 3 on my list is Kesha Ramachandran from Iloilo City. Wow, what a Manila Carnival Queen costume. Hands down, guys. Kesha really nailed it on this one. Her national costume was inspired by the gown of the Philippine Carnival Queen, Pura Villanueva Calao. And just look at the embellishment that they had here for the costume. They were designed to show as if they were the pillars of the Molo Church. So parang may stained glass effect akong nakikita, diba? And yung headpiece niya is made out of gold and red stones, which I think perfectly matched the gown. And if you look closely, you could see newspaper prints on the train and even the faces, and even several faces of empowered women from Iloilo like Teresa Calao, etc. So with her presentation here, I really think Kesha is really peaking at the right time. Na she is able to master the play of her costume in striking a balance of hardness and softness, or delicate and hard with this one, na ang Ang galing-galing lang talaga ng team niya dito. Had they gone with a soft approach, it would not have been bagay to her. And having said that, there is really a chance Iloilo could do a back-to-back win given how she is performing at this point in time. So, well done, Kesha, again. And now we go to our top 2 girl in my list, which is Bea Luigi Gomez from Cebu City. No doubt, guys, Bea had one of the best costumes here in this competition. For her national costume, it's a mythical creature which is a sea serpent dragon. Diba? Ang ganda. It was designed by Cliff Rigor and the headpiece by Louis Gallego. But what I love about this look was that it was able to capture the law of bioluminescence with her color palette na nagbo-blue-green tapos bigla mag-shift to lavender. Ang galing nun nagawa pa rin nila talaga yun, especially with sequins, and it was such a sight to behold when she was moving. But what makes her outfit impressive even more for me is her headpiece by, like what I had said earlier, made by Louis Gallego. That headpiece, I feel like, made her look like an apparition, which I feel highlighted her beauty even more. Para siyang nagka-halo effect sa ulo niya, to be honest. So overall, I really like Bea's modern interpretation of her costume here while still adhering to the theme. Modern in the sense na siya lang yung naka-jumpsuit in a sea of girls na naka-gown. Napansin niyo yon? And here, kitang-kita mo naman that Bea really adhered to the theme, but her execution was very sublime. You also like that they made the whole outfit very monochromatic na sobrang tangkad niyang tignan and dalang-dala niya talaga yung buong costume na you feel it did not overpower her, na hindi siya kinain ng costume niya. So yeah, ang ganda talagang overall. So good job, Bea. But my best national costume for Miss Universe Philippines 2021 goes to Maureen Robowitz from Pangasinan! Wow guys, I just really couldn't get enough of Maureen's national costume in this silver creation by Louis Pangilinan, inspired by bangus, which is their national treasure. Na I feel she and her team paid homage to the fishermen who are working in their province during this pandemic. Her headpiece, wow, was inspired by the scales of the fish, while the ornate details of her gown was a representation of the salt beds in her province. And when it comes to Maureen's execution here, napansin nyo, I really appreciate the fact that during her movement, napag-isipan na talaga nila when she would spread her arms during the presentation. There were fringes na when you look from afar, it creates dripping and water. And kahit super, feeling ko, exaggerated yung silver beads skirt, they really played it with proportions to make sure it doesn't overwhelm Maureen. But despite being so busy, kitang-kita mo talaga yung mukha niya, litaw na litaw pa rin, guys. Na I can't help but remind me her of Gazini and Pia in their respective Miss Universe national costumes before. Na alam mo yun, guys, you will really still look straight in her face despite the overall busyness of her intricate details of her whole look. So yeah, Maureen was really the snowflake pearlescent queen here. Very luminous. She was one royal eleganza here. So there you go, guys. What do you think about my overall assessment about the just concluded national costume segment of Miss Universe Philippines this year? Does it match yours? Did I make sense and valid points with my choices, with my commentary here? Or not? Well, kung ano man yon, feel free to share it down below so I could see where you guys are coming from. Alright guys, pasensya na ang haba ng video ko, pero I hope you enjoyed my commentary in as much as I also enjoy doing this for you guys. Alright guys, see you on my next video. Bye!